Whether you want to bring in a cushion or a chair, just find a way to pause, to just push the pause button for a moment here. Busy morning. And in some way, bring your gaze to your interior. So that can be closing your eyes. It can be just looking down so there are fewer distractions. And as you look inside here, find your anchor. Find what grounds you here. You might notice the sensation of feet or hips on the ground, or maybe on a chair, a cushion. Sitting here, lengthen your spine and notice how that creates a little more space around your heart. We're just landing here together at the beginning of this practice with an opportunity, with the gift of being able to take a breath. A mindful breath. A breath without any force, a breath with no agenda, just a breath that expands us. Just watch as this breath fills you and releases. Fills and releases. There's nothing here to create or fix or manipulate, just breathing. Organic breathing in and out. Welcome also your distracted mind. That's what minds do. They wander. Welcome any feelings, emotions that showed up with you this morning. Maybe it's a constriction, a tightness, a sleepiness. Welcome that. Let it be here. And then in the slowest way, start moving your shoulders. The inhale pulls the shoulders up by the ears, and the exhale brings the shoulders back down behind. Your hands can be wherever you like them to be on your legs. And just start moving in this amazing joint called shoulder. See if there's any tension there around the neck, upper back, and welcome that. That's probably there because you've been working hard, maybe in the yard, maybe in your home, maybe just in life. On the next deep breath, reach your arms up overhead, stretch tall, and let's interlace our fingers, press the palms to the sky. Maybe lean your body to the right and to the left. Notice what you feel here in the side body. The next time you lean to your left, release your hands, let the left hand fall to the mat. Let the right arm reach way up and over. Find those deep breaths now in the right side of you. Let your shoulder come back just a little bit, open some more space there. Space around your heart. And then return to the center, reach over with your left arm and just press down through your hips, open. I have a mantra to offer this morning, which is a very simple mantra. Go ahead and bring your hands back to center, grab the front of your knees and round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Pause here to breathe into your back. This mantra is 3 short words. As it is. Inhale, pull forward, open up through the front of your body, squeeze your shoulders onto your back. And start to move with your breath. Let your knees come up, your chin pull down, seated cat and cow. So let those 3 words start to take root in your brain: as it is. And this morning we'll just practice being with what is as it is. Our bodies, the weather, the people around us, giving permission for all of it to be just as it is. Bring your knees up and uncross your legs if they're crossed. Take a hold of the knees, and one more time, roll yourself back so you really feel some space between your shoulder blades. That's a tight spot for most of us. And then lift your chest, come up into a boat pose with your feet on the mat. And we'll go ahead and place our hands just behind us. Press your chest up a little higher. So your back is leaning back, but it's straight. And then alternate, tapping your feet up and down, starting to find those low belly muscles, the hip flexors. We'll do some extra core today, warming up from the inside out. And then if you like, bring both feet up, pause here. Your hands can stay down or they can reach into a more traditional version of Navasana or boat pose. Notice muscles shaking, body temperature getting warmer. As it is, right here, with everything as it is. Return your feet to the ground and just flip over to your front side into a tabletop position. Find a neutral spine and we'll start to move into spinal balance. So picking up the right hand and the left knee, find the center, find the core, and then inhale, reaching out away from you. Take a deep breath into all of that space and length. And exhale, return to the ground. Switching sides, left hand, right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. Moving with your breath back and forth, opposite arm and leg. Unless you want bonus points, last time we did this, Hank did same arm, same leg, which is super tricky. So you can try that. When you've evened that out one more time, right and left, widen your knees, press your hips back into child's pose, stretch your fingers forward, and actually yawn here. Just open your mouth and let your body sigh as you sink. Feel into your shoulders, your chest, your ribs. Give yourself permission to return here as often as you like. Let's come back up to our knees, tucking the toes under. Take a slow ride up into downward facing dog. Lift your hips, drop your head. And let's take our right toes on the back of our left heel. Use your toes like fingers and press that heel down to the ground. It doesn't have to touch, but just give yourself a little assist there. Low belly hugs in. And then slowly raise that right leg up in the air. Just feel the left leg lengthening. Your chest presses closer to the left leg. Relax your head, your neck. And then return the right foot to the ground and we'll switch. Use your left toes like fingers on the back of your right heel. Gently press down. And slowly lift the left leg. Reaching in these two directions. Noticing all that's happening here just as it is. Return your foot to the ground. Take a slow walk to the top of your mat, just nice and slow. Feet hip distance apart, belly snuggles down onto the thighs. Reach your arms behind you. You can either just settle hands on your back or interlace. And then open up here as you breathe out. Use your back muscles to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Nod your head yes and shake your head no. Forward fold. And then put a bend in your knees. Let your hands come to your shins. Press to lift halfway. And rise all the way up to standing mountain. Reach your arms overhead, extended mountain. And again, let's interlace our fingers, press the palms up, and take a slight lean side to side. Noticing space around your heart, your waist, and your hips. Feels good. Come back to center, release your hands. Cactus your arms open and look up. Bring your hands up overhead again. Let's do that one more time. Cactus, little back bend. Guide your hands right in front of your heart. Let's sink our hips down into chair pose and we'll flow with our breath here. Inhale to lift tall. Exhale, back bend, cactus your arms. Inhale, hands at heart, exhale, chair. Do that a few times, reach high. Bend backwards, Close your hands in and sink into chair. Back bend, let your heart open, create some space there. Close your hands in front of you and sink into chair. Let's reach the arms one more time. Inhale as tall as you can. Cactus your arms, back bent. Bring your hands to your chest and this time fold forward. Hinging from the hips, forward fold. Press hands to shins, lift and lengthen. And then take a slow walk back into downward facing dog. As you pedal your heels, just see space is opening in the back of your body. Shifting forward into plank pose, let's drop one knee to the ground. You can choose which knee. That foot pivots off the mat and the opposite arm and leg extend. Come into a kneeling side plank. Let's just loosen up through the shoulders as we circle across the face. You can round your body down close to the floor. Take a little back bend as the arm comes back. Move with your breath. Looking for space, for healing, wellness. Let this arm come around one more time to the earth. All fours. Slowly lower yourself forward and down. Ease up into cobra. And slowly move back. Downward facing dog. Shifting forward, drop the opposite knee to the mat. Pivot the foot off and open into kneeling side plank. Begin to circle that arm around across your face. Move your whole body. How big can you make this circle? As it is, you even find joy in this simple movement. One more circle. And return your hand to the earth. All fours, shift forward, lower down, rise up to cobra. And send your hips back, downward facing dog. Let's come forward into plank pose and either hold here or shift forward and come halfway down. And then either lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. Settle back, down dog. Hopefully your body's getting a little bit warmer here. Let's walk the feet to meet the hands. Press to half lift. On your exhale, slide your fingers behind your heels and gently pull yourself down. Exhale. Do that again. Press, half lift, and fold. We'll go one more time. Press to lift and lower. Put that nice big bend in the knees. Sweep the arms out, around, and up. Cactus your arms. Bring your hands to your heart and fold forward. Do that again. Sweep the arms out and around. Shoulders should be a little looser, warmer now. Lift. Cactus the arms back, bend into your heart and down. One more time, friends. Make this a grand gesture, creating this space. Back bend. Heart center. And this time, find chair pose. You can bring your feet closer together if you like, but feel some stability here underneath your feet. Hands can stay close, reach out or up. Get creative with your arms here, but really drop your weight into your heels. Maybe bounce down a few times. We're trying to create heat at the core. Standing here in this challenging pose, just as it is. There's this idea of tolerance, right? But how about even embracing this pose as it is? An opportunity to be stronger, to challenge, to push our limits, to test our perseverance. Inhale tall. Reach back into that back bend. Hands at heart center, fold forward. And press your hands to your shins, lift halfway, and meet me in downward facing dog. Let's take a vinyasa, knees or toes, your choice. Let's ride the waves of that heat we just built. On an in-breath, raise your right leg high, circle your ankle, wiggle your foot. On the exhale, shift forward, plank pose. The knee hovers up close to the chin, squeeze as tight as you can, and then make room for that foot, top of the mat. Nice, everybody. Drop your back heel, glide up, wide arms into warrior one. Let your thumbs pull back just a little, your spine lengthen. Again, we're finding space here. Let your hands find heart center, hinge forward from the hips, hands to mat, downward facing dog. You can stay here or take a vinyasa, your choice. Stay or flow. On the next inhale, raise your left leg, wiggle your toes, circle that ankle, and shift into plank pose. Hug the knee to the chest, really squeeze. Set the foot down at the top, Drop your heel and rise up. Warrior one. Thumbs reach back, sternum, chest reaches forward. Press into that back foot deliberately. Hands to heart. Hinge over your leg. Find downward facing dog. Stay here or flow through vinyasa. You might notice that I change. Sometimes I choose knees, sometimes toes. It's a good practice to mix it up. Check in again with your heels. Achilles tendons, calves reaching down. Deep breaths. And then walk the feet to meet the hands. Press to a half lift. And on your exhale, catch the back of your heels and pull yourself down. Pause here. Let breath escape. Nothing to fix or change or manipulate. Just here as we are. Put the bend in the knees, inhale, chair pose. Again, choosing a place for your arms. So we just went through Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskar B. It's 22 breaths. I'd like to guide us through that briskly one time. It's like boiling the water so that we can cook the meal. We'll slow down after this. So bear with me. Take a deep breath in, sit a little bit lower on your exhale. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a vinyasa. Plank pose, knees or toes. Lower down. Rise up. And send your hips back. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, shift forward. Drop your back heel and rise up. Warrior one, there's one breath here. Exhale, hands to mat. Take a vinyasa. Again, you can choose the way you do this or choose to opt out. It's your practice. Inhale, left leg. Step through, drop a heel, and rise up. One more time, vinyasa. Or stay. Body warm. Let's meet in either down dog or child's pose. Close your eyes. Bring your attention inward once again. As it is. As it is. Feet come to hands. Lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Hug your legs. Pull with your hands or your arms. Let yourself breathe. And put that bend back in the knees. We end where we started, Utkatasana or chair pose. For an added bonus, balancing chair. Come up onto your toes. Find your breath. Set your gaze. It is as it is. Let your hands come down, heels if they're up. Pause in mountain pose. Close your eyes and feel. Feel this internal landscape. It's now warm. We'll move from this place of heat now, finding some deeper stretches. On your exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. We'll keep our right foot where it is. Step your left foot back, low lunge. And then let's drop the back knee down to the earth. Say hello to your lovely hip flexors and quadriceps. Inch your right foot over to the right side of your mat. Bring both hands inside that right foot for lizard. So I'll give you some choices here. One is to stay on your hands and just kind of drop the knee out and in. Squeezing that knee in and out like you're just juicing that hip joint. You can come down to one or both of your elbows. It's a nice place to put something underneath you. Bring the floor a little closer. Just explore here. Inside your hips. What do you find here? And can you embrace what you find here just as it is? As it is. Think of space and length, expansiveness. And start to come back to kneeling lunge, inch your foot to center. Tucking the back toes, lift the back knee, and let's sweep the arms up into high lunge. Again, reaching the hands high, let your thumbs guide your arms backward. Now find that stretch for the whole front of the left side of your body. Breath here, space here. We'll return the hands to the ground. Walk your hands over to the wide edge of your mat. All 10 toes face the side and fold forward here. You can grab your ankles or the backs of your legs and gently pull yourself down. Notice if you're holding your breath. Just here in this inversion, upside down pose. Bring your fingertips to the floor underneath you, flat back. Left hand comes right under your face. Open your right arm into a twist. Notice where you feel this. Notice where your breath goes. Letting this shape be as it is. Switching sides, right hand down, left arm up. Might notice the two sides are not exactly symmetrical. As it is. Return that hand to the floor. Walk toward the back edge of your mat, dropping the knee into low lunge. Kneeling lunge. And then let's find lizard pose. Move your left foot over to the left edge of your mat. You're either on your hands or elbows, maybe one of each. You might be moving that left hip open and close, or you might just find a place that feels perfect to just hold. This hip opener. Giving all of your attention to what you find here. As it is. Finding the space, the opening, the expansion here. Find your way back to a kneeling lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and start to rise up. High lunge. Find your balance. Let your eyes roll upward and then reach your arms back. Find this crescent shape lunge. Think of lifting, think of lengthening, think of expanding. And then slowly guide your hands back to the floor. Walk again to that wide straddle. This time, playtime. You get to be here however you like. It might feel good to lunge side to side or just hang out and breathe. Find some way of being in this wide straddle that feels therapeutic for you. Just right, as it is. We're not here to improve, to fix or change. We're here to notice, observe, come into communion with this body that we inhabit. Honor, connect. Let's make our way to the front of our mat once again, the right foot forward. The left heel drops into warrior one. Take a slow ride up, arms back first, then out, and then up. Press your back heel into the ground and just feel what's here. Let your arms come behind you. Grab your elbows or forearms behind you. So your arms kind of create this little brace across your low back. Press down and lift your chest. A little more opening for the front. And we'll release our hands in front of our heart. Move into a balancing posture. So start by lifting your back heel, putting more weight in your front foot. Lean your body forward until you feel like you can just lift that leg. And it's just slightly behind you, establishing balance. I'll turn to face you. And it's your toes there if you need it. And then we'll start to bring that leg around in front of us into a figure four. So if you need a wall, if you need a chair, help with your balance, grab that. Nice. Okay, so either stay right here or create a little shelf for your leg to rest on by coming down into a one-legged chair. So we're standing on our right leg. Our left leg is bent. Make sure it feels secure there. We're going to try a twist here. So option one is just to put a hand on the bottom of the foot and the other hand on your low back. You're going to want to move slowly. Option two is to see about maybe elbow to bottom of foot. And twist from there. Kind of a pretzel-y pose. Remember, we're not here to fix or improve or change. We're here to try and observe and witness. We learn more by watching ourselves fall than we learn by nailing the pose perfectly. And go ahead and come up. And as you just stand here in mountain pose, just notice human thoughts and emotions around a balancing pose. I just felt myself getting a little embarrassed that I fell out of a pose while I'm teaching you. felt that. Like, oh, that's embarrassing. Teacher can't balance. Bring your hands to your heart. So we learn more about our reaction to falling than we do nailing a pose. Stand on your left foot. Bring your right toes back. And let's do that warrior first. Step all the way back. Circle the arms out and up. Arms reach behind you. The chest presses forward. Your feet are strong. Your breath is full. You have everything you need right here, as it is. Arms come behind. Take a hold of wrists or elbows and press your arms into your low back. Let your chest lift. Start to feel your left foot as your stability. We'll bring the hands in front of the heart, leaning forward to lift the right heel, and then finding balance. Now that you know the sequence, maybe this is challenging enough for you. Maybe you stay here, working on lifting that leg. If you're coming into figure 4, leg comes around. You can create a little seat here. That might be a challenge here. If you'd like to try the twist, bring your hand to the bottom of your foot, the other hand to the low back, and maybe an elbow. Just here to learn from this practice, to watch ourselves respond. It is as it is. And come back to center. Mountain pose. Pause here. Both feet on the earth, eyes closed. Bring your gaze inward. Just observe what just happened. Balance poses always show me what a strong desire I have to get things right, to have to be perfect and perform, and that's so not what yoga's about. So it gives me an opportunity to catch that. Inhale the arms up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Press your hands to your shins, lift halfway, and exhale back, downward facing dog. Final invitation, if you like, to take vinyasa. We're going to drop our knees to the ground, work through a couple of cat-cows now that the back is a little warmer than it was before, and just see how things feel. How are things stacking up in there? And then bring yourself around into a seat. We're going to extend the legs out in front of us. If you have kind of a tight hamstrings or sore lower back, you might put your hips up on something. Even a small folded blanket is helpful. And we're going to take that figure 4 thing again. So option number 1, bend your right knee and just bend it inside of your left leg. Option 2, come to where we just were, figure 4. And option 3 is to bring that foot a little higher, and you're going to hold on to it and let the knee drop. So if that creates any stress or strain in your knee, you can support your knee with a block. We're going to choose one of those 3 postures in a seated forward fold. So again, foot here, inside, just above the knee, or higher up the leg. Take a deep breath and start to hinge forward from the hip, reaching your right arm to your left leg, right hand toward your left foot. You might close your eyes here, come back into the internal landscape and breathe. Coming back upright, let's find a twist. You can just cross that foot over the bottom leg. You can also leave it here at the side. Using this hand on the knee to gently help you twist toward the right. Pull your right shoulder blade onto your back. Move your left shoulder toward the bent knee and breathe. As you inhale and lengthen your spine, notice the space around your heart. An easier way back to center, extend both legs and give them a little shake. And we'll change sides. So, foot inside the knee, foot just above the knee, or foot up a little higher on the thigh, using any props that help you. Sit with a tall spine, and as you hinge from the hips, reach your left hand toward your right foot. It's a little tricky, bendy posture that just creates something a little different in the forward fold. Close your eyes and bring your attention inward. What do you see here and feel here? As it is. Coming back upright for a twist. So the leg can either cross over or stay inside. Use your hand to help you slowly and gently twist. The left shoulder pulls onto your back. Right shoulder moves toward your bent knee. Make your spine as tall as you possibly can as you look over your back shoulder. And unwind, extend both legs. Bring your heels close to the bottom edge of your mat, and let's start to make our way down onto our backs. And we'll move into a little inversion here. So option one, you can hug your knees into your chest and just lift your legs. Super simple, legs up the wall. Option two, you can put something under your hips and lift your legs. This is waterfall. And option three, if you'd like, just be super careful with your neck. Keep your eyes looking straight forward to your feet and lift up into a shoulder stand. Just be really careful to never turn your head sideways when you have this much weight on the back of your shoulders and neck. A fun little variation here is crossing your legs, and you can do butterfly. You can cross your ankles. You could even come into lotus pose. Try that variation if you're in shoulder stand. deep breaths here. You might even close your eyes and just check in again. As it is. Whatever you've created with your legs up in the air, begin to disassemble. Come down, move the props, and just hug knees to chest. Let your feet come to the earth. Press up into a gentle version of bridge, maybe interlace. And let your chest expand, let your chin lift. Once more, create space around your heart. Take the deepest breath you've taken this whole practice right now. Breathe in deeply. And on the exhale, release and start to extend your body out into Shavasana. Maybe take your feet a little wider, your arms rest at your sides. You might turn your head side to side a couple of times just to find that perfect spot. As you enter this relaxation, I invite you to come into a 4-7-8 breath. You can picture a triangle, and on the inhale, you breathe in 4 counts. Hold your breath for 7, exhale 8. On your own count, inhale 4, hold 7, exhale 8. If you're still practicing 4-7-8, make this the last time through that cycle. And notice again your normal organic breath. Let that breath begin to guide gentle movement, fingers and toes. Roll your head side to side and start to move your body, stretching, yawning, sighing. As you make your way back to a seat. As we end this practice, let's make this gesture of our hands that's kind of like a bowl. Like if you were trying to cup water from a stream, and just let that be in front of your heart, your eyes looking down at your hands. And I'd like you to just imagine holding this idea of as it is. The world as it is. The home that you live in as it is. The people in your life, the easy ones and the hard ones, as they are. And yourself, as you are. Body as it is. Mind as it is. Holding your being as you are. Bring your hands together in this gesture of gratitude. Gratitude for all of it, the light and the dark, the hard and the easy. All of it got us here. All of it will continue as it is. See if there's any peace in that for you today. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.